Yo, welcome back. We at the game one. Knicks took home game one, 105-95. We had big game from a couple players. Let's start off with somebody who we said was the X factor of this series. Didn't put up a lot of points, but very impactful. 3 points from Josh Hart with 15 boards, 6 assists, 4 steals, a block. He was plus 22 in the game. That's impressive with a 10-point win. OG played well, 17, 5 for 12, 3 for 6, 3 boards, and had most of he had a lot to do with Wemby's struggles tonight. We'll get into that in a second. Jalen Brunson, after his injury scare in the first quarter, I guess he's healthy now. 30 points, 12 for 31, 2 for 9 from 3, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 turnovers, and he was plus 2. Landry Shamet, big game, 13 points, 5 and 9, 3 for 6 from 3.
3 for 3 is crazy.
Deuce McBride hit 2 threes. Alvarado hit a 3. Now to the losing team, the Spurs, led tonight by Julian Champagnie, 5 for 11, 5 for 10 from 3, 16 and 10. That's a great game for him. I don't know if he'll ever put that stat line up in this series again. Wemby, 26 points, 6 for 21, 2 for 9 from the field, 12 for 13 from the free throw line, 12 boards, 2 assists, 6 turnovers, 3 blocks. De'Aaron Fox, 7 points, 3 for 13, 0 for 4, 4 boards, 5 assists, 3 turnovers. Vassell, 9 points, 4 of 11, 9 boards. Stephon Castle, 17 points, 7 to 16, 8 boards. And then Dylan Harper off the bench with 16 points, 6 for 10 from the field, 8 rebounds. Pretty solid game from the rookie. All right. Yeah. I'll start it
That's
off.
how I'm doing today, bro.
Hold on, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna start it off, you know what I'm saying? Just preface, you know what I'm saying? Great game, great NBA Finals opener, you know what I'm saying? I'm excited for this series. I think it's gonna be a good one. I still stick with my pick, but you know what I'm saying? Let's
What
get
was that pick
into it. We got
again,
a
Twin?
guess. I got the Spurs winning the series, but we're gonna get into it. We got, obviously, y'all see a guest who ain't been here in 3 months, so we gonna get to that. But
That's
before we
how
do
we
that,
doing
y'all,
it?
but before we
Okay.
do that, before we get into that, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? We got an interesting.
Oh my God, that's
That's
crazy.
That's nasty. That's nasty. That's nasty.
Off rip is insane.
See, me personally,
But hey, how y'all doing tonight, man? Y'all good?
all
We
right,
good?
let's
We
get
chilling?
into it. Nah,
We chilling?
forget all that. Forget all that. We not doing no introductions. We getting straight to it, bro. We getting straight to it. Go ahead, go crazy. You haven't been here in a while. Go crazy, bro. Y'all been talking in the chat, talking about Knicks defense. What? Who they gonna stop? Who? Wemby's too good. Who's gonna guard Castle? I just seen some of the worst games from Castle and Wemby in these playoffs because of who? The Knicks defense. Like I said, I told y'all the Knicks were 2-1 against them in the regular season. Knicks have been the top 5 in offensive and defensive rating all season. But you know what? Y'all wasn't trying to hear me. Now you see him. Game 1. I already knew he was going to steal that. They said the Spurs were what? 6-0 in game 1s in the finals all time? Guess what? 6-1 now. Because of who? The Knicks.
I feel that. Usually when them stats come out like that, it always get crushed when them stats come out like
But
that.
is this a surprise to people? Not me.
Well, it is a
Yeah.
surprise to me simply because the Knicks, they said multiple times the Knicks only had 4 games in 23 days. But yeah, man, it was a great game, man. I gotta be honest. They set a great tone for the game. I mean, Mark, you probably don't think it was a great game, but yeah, man, it was highly competitive. I think it was a lot of nerves, though. I know everybody expect me to come out here and get on Wemby, but I'll cut him a little bit of slack since it was, it's his first finals game. So I'll cut him a little bit of slack. He didn't show up tonight. That team, let he go. Champagnie tried to, Champagnie showed up early. Dylan Harper showed up early. They both kind of tailed off in the second half. They're a young team. And I'll cut him some slack. I'll cut him a little bit of slack. But the Knicks, man, they showed a lot tonight, man. I did not think the Knicks would come back. They were down 14 at one point in time. And then Brunson got hurt twice. First, he hurt his knee, and then he hurt his ankle. But, he fought through it. I mean, his field goal percentage wasn't that high, but in the fourth quarter, he did what Brunson does. And, man, wow, so far so good with the Knicks. I mean, game 1.
I got
it's
a
over.
question, okay? I know you talked about Wemby and the Spurs. Do you think that this is their worst game that they'll play?
Well, I definitely think. I mean, 11 of 43 from the 3. I definitely think they'll shoot better than that. But they are an average 3-point shooting team. I have here they missed 5 free throws. I mean, and they had
Knicks missed
16
2.
assists. only 13 turnovers. So, I mean, I don't think the Knicks played as I don't think they played as terrible. I think they had good defense. I think they played really good defense, but, they just couldn't hit a lot of shots from the perimeter. Victor Wembanyama, I'm not gonna say he shot him out of the game, but he certainly didn't help. But he was inefficient tonight. But like I said, it's his first game, so I'm not gonna do him too crazy. It's his first game. He's every other game, man. So he probably come back next game and drop 30. So yeah, man, I'm not gonna pile on the Spurs too much. They've shown that they're a resilient team. Yeah, I'll pass it to you, Mark. What you got to say?
Let's get on to the positive first, man. I think the best player in this game, even though Brunson had 30 points, I think the best player was Cat. The way Cat was like controlling like the offensive rebounding, like I'm pretty sure he had the most in the game, or tied for the most. He had 4. He had 12 rebounds just in total as well. Like Cat was like really good. The fouls he gets, even though I think this game specifically, I think more of the fouls were just like in the moment fouls. It wasn't like the boneheaded foul, but the cat was really good. Brunson, I told my co-host this. I'd rather you shoot 30 and try to hit something versus you shoot 15 or 20 and see that you don't have it going. I'm fine with you shooting 30. I think Josh Hart played a good game. I thought they was going to Justin point, play him off the floor, but it seems like he was the most positive player on the floors.
15 rebounds.
No, yeah, the Knicks, and the crazy thing is I don't even think the Knicks played their best game. Like this was a bad game from them, and they almost won by double digits. But let's get into some negative talk.
But no,
man.
I got a question though, Mark, real quick.
Okay.
You said that. You said the Knicks didn't have their best game. I think, let me just, obviously you know how series go, right?
Yeah.
Game ones don't often tell the story of the whole series. A lot of times it's kind of like, we just gonna kind of go out there and hoop. And this is where like the real adjustments, like the best coaches are gonna make the best adjustments going forward from this point. And I just don't really know how, I guess, like if you look at it, Jalen Brunson, he wasn't efficient either. He had 30 points, but it wasn't an
31
efficient
shots.
30. Shot 31 shots. Yeah, 31 shots. He had more turnovers than assists. Josh Hart played, 15 boards. I think that's something that's 15 boards kind of high, but I think he's going to be flirting with 10 the whole series, especially if they are having Wemby on him and he's rotating off. But
he played great
to that point,
too.
and to that point, I mean, Josh Hart only played 27 minutes. Is that because of the matchup that they like with Shamet out there and the spacing that he provided? Like even though he didn't play as many minutes, he still, I feel like like his lack of shooting still kept him off the floor as much as they wanted him to be on the floor. But obviously, it looks good when when you have Shamet coming in to hit 3 threes, Miles McBride coming in to hit 2, Alvarado even got 1. So like I think that kind of evens it out, because if you look at the starting lineup, I mean, besides OG going 3 for 6, it was pretty abysmal. Cat 0 for 2, Josh Hart 0 for 3, of course, and Mikal Bridges didn't shoot 1. But I'm just really kind of like, I don't know if this is I think both teams play bad. And I think that the Knicks had the guys on the court who were better with in-game adjustments because of their experience, right? Like you said, Kate, the Spurs are young. I don't think that they're going to be too good with like, adjusting on the fly, especially in games like this. I think their adjustments will be game to game, and you'll just have to hope for the Spurs that what they come into the game with is, it can sustain them the whole 48 minutes for them to get a win.
Mason, you said a lot there, but I didn't hear your thoughts on your guy, Victor Wembanyama tonight. I ain't hear it.
I didn't say anything about the Spurs at all just then. I asked you a question.
Yeah. Okay, well, if you could enlighten us on how you would you grade Wemby's game? You're
not gonna answer the question.
Well, no. To answer your question though, Justin, the thing is, I think Josh Hart didn't play as much as he did because he got in like foul trouble like real early.
Yeah.
The thing is, I understand like the Shamet minutes, they do look good, but also Mikal Bridges played 28 minutes as well. So it's like I think they're balancing like all 3 of those guys to see who has like, the hotter hand that night, and they'll just roll with that. Landry Shamet is giving like good minutes. I thought he was about to be borderline out the league, but he's low key giving good minutes, bro.
Hey, our league is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Justin, when I brought up Shamet, Justin laughed. Justin laughed when I said Shamet's gonna come and put up some valuable minutes. So I would just want you to keep watching Shamet as we play, because you laughed when I said it.
Because this has never been.
You said every Knick player from 1 to 15 was gonna play good. So that's not really
I did not. No, I did not. See, here
I'm
you
not
go.
really worried about that.
Look,
But
He
Kay, to
actually
answer your question about Wemby, you know what I'm saying? I think Wemby, he had 12 rebounds. He shot 12 for 13 on the free throw line. Those are good signs. I think he has to improve his shooting efficiency. Of course, I think he needs to pick his spots better. He needs to get some easier buckets. A lot of the stuff he was doing was, he's trying to create a lot for himself. I think he just needs to kind of try to pick his spots and get more, like face up, less energy using shot. Like maybe not try to take 4 or 5 dribbles to get a
A lot
bucket.
of ISO ball. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, like I don't think that's a good. I think Dylan Harper needs, I think he should get the ball in his hands a lot more, especially when it comes to, Fox. He had a couple shots that even when it was close to, and because the game, it was a 10-point game, but that's not how close it was at the end. Obviously, free throws and then desperation shots, how that goes can spread the margin a little bit. But some of those, crunch time big buckets, they gave it to De'Aaron Fox to, create. And I'm not, me personally, I'm not a fan. At the beginning of the season, I was a fan of trade De'Aaron Fox, let the young guys grow. Now, obviously, that was before they made this, run to where they were with a 62-win team. I thought it was gonna be more of a developmental year for the Spurs, so that's why I was heavy on Trey Fox. But still, it's kind of like if he's not gonna be excellent, bro, I ain't gonna lie. You can, I think I'd rather down Dylan Harper just because I think the way he scores the ball is more sustainable. He can get in the paint, play off too. He'll pivot. He'll get fouls. He'll get some better looking shots. I think Fox a lot relies on his speed and quickness a lot, so like it's not as under control sometimes. And I think when the game's as physical as it is, like Mark mentioned on that last play when Brunson shot, I guess you could say it was a dagger. It was kind of, I think it was already over at that point, but that shot where he was leaning and I think he got fouled. They didn't call it. Like that's, I mean, if not playoff finals basketball, I don't think there's going to be a lot of calls. So I think Dylan Harper is somebody that can play through the contact, and as long as he can keep those turnovers down, which he only had one tonight, I think he's somebody who I think the Spurs would be better off giving him the ball more often.
I mean, I definitely agree with that. Dylan Harper, he just didn't get enough minutes throughout the regular season, and I think he's the best rookie to come out of that class, honestly. And you can say whatever you want, but he had to come off the bench the most of the season.
For
Wait,
sure. Yeah.
where's Dylan Harper from at?
Dylan Harper's from Jersey. You know how we get in Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
For
I just
sure,
wanted
man.
to get that out there. But yeah, I
Dylan
mean,
Harper,
he is an impressive player, man. But
For sure.
I was on the phone when I remember he took him out in the fourth quarter. It was like I think like 4 minutes left, maybe 6 minutes left. He took Castle out, not Castle. He took Harper out to put in Mr. Fox, which I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of that move. So
Mr. Fox, bro.
yeah, nah. Mr. Fox, I mean, he shot 3 of 13. He had 7 points, 0 of 4 from the 3, and he shot 1 of 2 from the free throw line with 3 turnovers and 5 personal fouls. So, man, it's just, I feel like, the Spurs, are good enough at guards where you don't have to, go into games saying, oh, Fox has to close. I think you could have rolled with Dylan Harper, man. He was 6 of 10. I know I think he got 10 of those in the first quarter, really. But I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, he had 8 rebounds and I like his defense, but yeah, a lot of Spurs guys, I mean, they just didn't show up. I mean, start from the top, they go as Victor Wembanyama goes, and he was 6 of 21 at 9 foot tall. That just won't work. I mean, I seen him hit the side of the backboard a couple times. He hit the side of the backboard twice on one possession. And I'm like, man, that's just I expect him to be better, and I know he will be better next game. So yeah, man, it was a great game 1, man. I really that's a finals game that we like to see. That's probably the
Yeah.
best game in a minute. It's not quite on that level of I think that was OKC San Antonio game 1 where they went to overtime like twice. It's not quite on that level. It was a great game, man. So I'm looking forward to game 2 on Friday. And yeah, man, of course I still got the Knicks in 6. I mean, I'm not wavering. 10 toes down, 2 hats down. Shout out to Ant,
Shout out Ant.
Yeah, he's back. I mean, I guess, he's back. Look.
Just to add on a little bit, what Justin say when Shea lost game 7, I just feel like we not talking about Wemby like that as we supposed to, bro. Wemby played
Hold on,
terrible this game, bro.
wait, pause. He did. Now 1, series. 2, we not finna sit up here and bash Wemby, we in bad shape.
We didn't bash Shea game 1.
Well, Shea had his teammates hurt. I mean, Shea had all
He
his
didn't have,
teammates hurt.
bro. Anyway, I think this game, like, for sure goes on Wemby. Of course, you can blame like the supporting cast.
I think it's a collective bad game more than just an
I respect
individual
that,
one.
Mark. But yeah, I respect that. Bro.
Yeah, I just feel like at this point in De'Aaron Fox's career, I don't think he's a guy that needs to be in fourth quarters like every single time. If someone is playing better than him, he can go sit, bro. Like if Harper was playing better, he can go sit. But Wemby 20 the 26 points looks good, the 12 rebounds looks good, but you played terrible. And then you turned the ball over in a critical possession that y'all needed. Y'all
Dribbled up
needed
his foot.
and then I'm pretty sure that's the same play Brunson came down and scored like that extremely difficult shot too. Like Wemby, of course, you 22. This your first time here, so I'm not about to, as Kay said, I'm not gonna go too crazy because I have you the best in the world, so I'm gonna hold you to that standard. I have to hold you to that standard. But like, this like performance is like inexcusable. I'm not gonna lie.
Now,
Six turnovers, bro. Why are you trying to be a 7'5" Kevin Durant? Roll to the basket and get some easy touches, bro. Like
I agree.
That was terrible, bro.
We've seen a lot of him doing what he did his rookie year, trying to take a lot of shots on the outside and not get in the paint when he's the tallest person on the floor. Everybody said the matchup for Wemby is going to be cooked. Like everybody said OKC had the better defensive matchup for them. So it's like, why is Wemby coming outside to the 3-point line the whole time, trying to take all these, get in the paint like you were doing before? That first game, he took one shot from 3?
Yep.
Everything
and
else,
the one he made from like 40.
Yeah. So it's like, why are you reverting back to your old ways when you did well with shooting inside the paint? That didn't make no sense. But we talking about Wemby, we need to talk about Stephon Castle too.
Steph Castle, yeah, he
could not shoot, and that was my biggest thing with Castle. Like, you can leave him to shoot. You're not gonna worry about that with him shooting.
Yeah, they did a great job of not biting on those pump fake from them 3. Castle pump fake and Bridges just look at him like, I know you're not shooting that, and if you shoot, it's not going in. So
I
shout out to Mike
definitely think
Brown for that.
Castle. Yeah, shout out to Mike Brown. I definitely think Castle offensively gets a little bit overrated in some talks because it's like his defense is so good that we kind of just overlook what he does offensively. But Castle, you absolutely have to be better, bro. And stop doing that little foul baiting stuff. Like, bro, just go make the layup. Go make the layup. Even though I'm a Shea fan, but still, just go make the layup. You be wide open sometimes.
He tries to play that
gotta
bully ball, bro. Castle, he tries to bully his defender.
I don't know, but hey, we got some Carter Bryant minutes today, man. I just have one to shout my boy out, man. I just have one to shout him out. But I think this is gonna be a good series. Wemby just got to play better, bro. Fox, your time. If you keep doing this, bro, you not gonna be a part of this dynasty gang.
Where you gonna go? Nobody taking that contract, bro.
Nah.
I'm sure somebody will take it.
You can attach some picks to Fox.
Send them back to the Kings. That contract hasn't even started yet, bro. As Mark says, it's a nasty contract, bro. I think it's like $222 million over 4 years.
Hey,
shout out to Rich Paul, man. And he chose the right profession, bro.
We got to talk about that. We got to stop trusting Rich Paul with these players, bro. But
I mean,
anyway,
Rich Paul's job to get paid. He got to get them paid, bro. That's his job. Get them paid.
Yeah, 4 years, 229, and begins in 2026. It begins next year.
Yes, like that could, with the way this apron set up, bro, that could seriously hamstring that, what the Spurs want to be in the future, man.
Only thing that keeps them kind of in a good spot is the fact that not only they have young pieces they can attach to Fox, but they also have guys on rookie contracts in Castle and
yeah,
Harper,
you don't have to pay Harper into like
big,
3 years.
Big guys. Yeah, because they're going to team option that. And so, I mean, I think Carter Bryant will come into some more of his own. Keldon Johnson's still in the contract. I think he'll be fine. Harrison Barnes, a vet. I mean, I didn't really expect much from him. We didn't even bring him up. But I don't think, he'll probably decline some. I think Carter Bryant will start to get those minutes. Devin Vassell kind of to take more of a lead role. I think Devin Vassell would be better off on another team.
Yeah, it's
just
shot
because I think Devin Vassell can be an all-star kind of player, like not like a definite one, but one of those guys that gets an extra nod, when guys are hurt.
Like a Trey Murphy guy? Like a Trey Murphy
Yeah, like if he's on
type?
like a mediocre team and he's the number 1, number 2 guy, he gets to shoot a lot. I think he has that kind of microwave effect, I guess you could say. When he shoots, he's always looking for a shot, and not a bad thing. I'm just really talking for the Spurs' future.
It's a bad. It's not that good of a contract for Vassell, but Vassell adds value because he can create shots for himself, which is
Exactly.
important for Wemby's development. But I just you gotta think about what you're gonna do with Fox. But the thing is, I think we are overreacting a little bit. This is only game 1. They could come out the next 4 games and go crazy.
Nah,
But
I don't
Fox,
think
you gotta step up,
Well,
overreacting
no,
to
I'm
Fox.
still, yeah, I've been not anti-Fox, let me stop. But before, like I said, before this season, before they, were a contender, I was all for trading Fox for the development of the young guards, just because, like, he's not gonna be. I mean, even at his best, well, I guess at his best when he was in Sacramento, like that's a different story. But I don't think he's ever gonna get back to that level. So at his best right now that he can get to, I don't think he's gonna be anything that you can't really get out of Castle and Harper and
are
Vassell.
just other players in general. And I
Yeah,
think
like he's not.
if the Spurs knew if they were getting the 2nd overall pick, they wouldn't have traded for Fox anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, that's just a tough pill to swallow. Hopefully, they are able to get off that contract, win, lose, or draw. But
Somebody will take
you
it.
stuck. Ain't nobody finna help them out. They got no. Don't help them out. No.
you wouldn't do De'Aaron Fox for MPJ or something?
No.
Nah, Nets. No, Nets. Why would the Nets do that? You better give me a couple picks, bro.
Yeah, I definitely
You can get some.
Don't bail out the team.
We better be getting some draft compensation or
Yeah,
something.
you can attach a pick, but the thing
It's
is,
gonna
Fox,
have to be. It's going to be a good package though.
yeah,
But I mean, it's gonna have to be something solid. Like,
yeah,
it's not just gonna be Fox unless. I'll say this: the only player for player trade that'll happen right now, right? This is something I said at the beginning of the season. It don't look good now. Fox for Zion, that's probably a 1-to-1 swap, and shit. I think that would be very interesting. If now, this is what I say would be interesting if Zion can stay healthy. That's the biggest if. And
yeah, bro.
anyway,
That's like if Ben Simmons got
because
a jumper.
that gives Zion the point, and that's all right. That's a little too far.
Zion, nah,
But
I'm not. Nah.
if Zion, but think about it. Just think about a healthy Zion, right? He gets to attack the paint. Wemby's gonna get to stand at half court like he wants to.
He won't be
The guards,
Hell no, Zion.
You said Zion won't be? Yeah. Like, I think that'll be. I mean, I think that would be something that would be, interesting to see. Like I said, this was my thought process back when they were not a championship contending team. So you could kind of experiment and had a little more wiggle room to do stuff. Now I don't think I would take Zion because obviously if they win, lose, or I guess you can't draw, but win or lose, they're still going to be going back into next year with championship aspirations. So I don't think rolling the dice on somebody like Zion is the move.
I think you got your 3. You have your 3 guys. You just need to add like shooting around it, which you can obviously do.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't think for Fox they'll get like
easy.
I don't think getting a big player back for Fox is the move.
Trey Murphy.
You have to give up that.
I wouldn't even gonna say that.
The pick. They got the Hawks pick next
Question.
year.
Now we talking about picks and trades. We know there's a superstar on the market, right?
Giannis?
Would that work? Would they be able to put a package together for Giannis? Not. I don't even know how the team would look, but would
You
they
have
be
to
able to
give
put a package together?
Yeah, you got to give up one of them guards, bro. I'm not doing. I'm not doing Fox and Carter Bryant for.
No. It'd be like, I'd say Fox. This would be my perfect scenario for the Spurs, not my realistic one. Fox, Vassell, and then Carter Bryant, right? 2 first that don't move the needle.
So we going out there with just 4 slashers. So hey, I mess with it, bro.
So I think.
I mean,
that's.
But think about. I just think that'll be a team that you say that, but guess what? I don't see a team that'll stop all 4 of them getting to the rim.
I mean, come on, bro. This Giannis stuff is getting out of control, man. Like,
yeah, if I'm the Spurs, I wouldn't even do that.
Prime LeBron, bro. Giannis, come on, bro. And look,
I mean, I'm just saying, would Giannis not be better on that team than Fox?
And not, I don't know without the shooting. I don't know,
like,
but I think we are making like some premature conversations out of this.
Yeah, this game 1.
Yeah,
look, but before we go to game 2, hold on. Before you go in, I gotta shout out Jose Alvarado, man. When Brunson went down, Alvarado, he did come in and give some good minutes, bro. I mean, he held it down, and they kept it close. He kept his status. I want to shout out him and Mike Brown. Mike Brown, one move he did do at the end, he put Bridges back in the game because Wemby was leaving that mid-range open. Wemby like to, play that drop coverage. I don't think Bridges scored, but I think he man got fouled on a jumper or something like that. But yeah, I think
and then also
Mike Brown was in his bag.
That spacing that the Knicks have, I think also a dumb. Not I won't say dumb, but a bad moment, I think, where it's a know your personnel moment. I don't know if y'all remember this. I think it was right before Jalen Brunson got that 3 or before Mikal Bridges got that foul, I wanna say, or got fouled going to the goal. There was like a little swing. I think Brunson had it in the corner. He swung it up to Hart, and then Hart one-moored it to
OG.
OG, and then that's
Yeah,
when but
OG missed.
my thing is yeah, and then they got the rebound, and then did Brunson hit the 3 after that, or
Yeah,
was that the one Mikal got fouled?
yeah.
Yeah,
Brunson
When
3,
he hit the
okay.
three,
yeah.
Me knowing basketball, right? If I'm the coach right there, I'm freezing that in the film room. I'm like, hey, Stephon Castle, meet Josh Hart, 30% 3-point shooter in the playoffs this year. Probably less now that he's over 3 this game.
make him
What are you
shoot.
running him for? Look, I mean,
Literally just make him shoot, bro. I'm not doing. I don't know
like
because
Josh
because
Hart,
because
you
in
gotta
because
hit it.
in the moment I don't.
I mean, obviously you're not just gonna stop and stare at him and look at him, but I'm not rotating off of OG to go to Josh Hart.
Yeah, I
OG
think
went 3 for 6 this
I think in
game.
this game, I think it was
That's a terrible.
I think it was plenty of moments where they was playing like super high on Josh Hart, and I'm like, I don't know, and they didn't employ
Maybe because
the
they
Wemby on
do
Josh
the
Hart
handoffs.
thing.
Cause I
Yeah, he
think
does that.
because they do because Hart will do the handoff. Hart will do the little Draymond handoff.
I'm
I
about to
think that's
say took
probably
that
why.
from the GOAT.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
surprised they didn't do the Wemby. I think that's something they still should try though, because for some reason they were pressing high on Josh Hart, like they were closing out on him, and I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
that's the only reason I
let
can
that
think of, honestly.
let
They saw what he did last game, so that's really what it was. They got nervous about him getting on a run because I mean, if Josh Hart is hot, the heart of the Garden, better be worried. But look, I'm gonna say this: y'all say we overreact about game one. I don't think we are. Game two is a must win for the Spurs. It's a
no, it
must.
is for sure,
It is
for
a
I
must
sure,
mean,
win.
no shit.
for sure.
And going to MSG is not
Yeah,
going to be
it's gonna
sweet.
be crazy in there.
Yeah,
This is why I say, like, this might not even be their worst game because they play like this at home. Just imagine what this is going to be like at MSG. The first finals game in New York since '99?
You don't think none of the Knicks players gonna be nervous?
27
No,
years.
no,
not as nervous
no.
as not as nervous.
Not the Spurs are going to be
I mean, because we know
way.
we know a superstar that gets nervous at home. I know K know what I'm talking about. No, I'm not saying it'll be Brunson, but I'm just
Who?
saying
My Towns?
It's
I'm talking about
superstar.
another team, K. Another guy that can't really play well at home.
Tatum?
Yeah.
Hey, man, we're back to.
It's
You're
been a
like, come
thing.
on, bro.
I mean, but no, the reason why I say that it's a historic. That's a historic home gym, right? TD
Yeah.
Garden.
A lot of
A
pressure
big
on
moment,
threes.
big game, a lot of pressure. People want the wins. You think Knicks fans are gonna let people, they're gonna let them lose a game and they're not gonna hear it? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's more than just everything's going good. Yes, it's gonna be all peaches and cream, city going crazy. But if the game goes bad, if we start off bad and you down 14, right? And let's just say, Brunson don't get the cooking. Now you gonna have Knicks fans. You know how Knicks fans are. They're gonna be, and especially guys that are there, they're gonna have spent a whole bunch of bread to get in there. They gonna want to see a win. I just think the pressure could be on the Knicks if they don't get off to a good start at MSG, and that's kind of scary to have
I
at
disagree.
a gym like that.
I,
They've
I
been playing
disagree.
amazing at home, dog.
I disagree. That's what I'm saying. We've been playing amazing at home, and keep in mind, we're a team that historically can come back from deficits. I mean, we were down 14 in this game, and we
Yeah,
still
I'm
came
not
back.
worried. Yeah,
We
I'm
were
not
down
worried about
22
that.
against the Cavs and came back. Like, when it comes down to us, might start off slow. As Knicks fans, we've seen us come back, so it doesn't alarm us too much because we've seen us
What was
come.
the 20? Where was the 22-point comeback at?
It was at
That was game one.
Knicks. The
That was that.
Knicks. It was in New York.
It was at home.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
they was for
now
sure booing too, though. They was for sure
I'm about to
booing.
say, but to be fair, we're not going down this path. But they're playing the Cavs. I shout out the Cavs though, but
Shout out
I
James
just
Harden.
don't really see, like these teams are different, bro. I mean, I'm not getting into the whole East West battle, but the Knicks have now. Listen, when I say this, 12-0 is impressive, no matter who you play. These are NBA teams, right? I just don't. I don't really hold too much value over these series that they played. Now the Knicks are a great team, but I just don't really hold much value in the series they played because I didn't never went into a series, never at one point, even when they lost that game to the Hawks. Nobody thought the Hawks was gonna beat them. Like it was
Mm.
it was the Knicks series to lose the whole season. Like we came into the season saying they need to get to the finals. So I don't really hold too much weight in what they did against these other teams. I mean, the pressure it wasn't no pressure. Like these teams couldn't compete with them. The Cavs couldn't. I mean, they had Dean Wade and Max Strus out there as point of attack defenders. The 76ers, they were injured to death. I mean, even then, like Paul George has been a laughing stock, and he had a couple good games, but he was a laughing stock recently.
But
Embiid,
they
we
performing
know
now though.
his knees made out of tempered glass or not even tempered glass,
What you got to say,
whatever
Ant?
you want to call it. But
Yeah.
I was just gonna say to sum all that up, right? I'm just not really, I guess, certain that the Knicks are really battle tested because they just haven't seen. I don't think a team that's been through like OKC, that series with the Spurs was like adversity, right? That was adversity for both teams. I think even
You remember that was
with the
down
Knicks
2-1
playing,
against the Hawks
yeah,
on the
yeah.
road.
Now I'm about to say even with the Knicks being down, but still, okay. I was at that game for in Atlanta, right? You could tell there was the Hawks. They didn't have anybody to guard. They had CJ McCollum, who CJ McCollum's a great player, but CJ McCollum is your main player in 2026. I mean, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, his production dropped. I think like 7 points from the great season that he had. And they had, like I said, they had Onyeka and Congo at the rim. So I I saw it firsthand, like that series. I don't know what happened in the games I wasn't there. I really wasn't really paying too much attention to that series to begin with until obviously I went to the game. But I'm not too convinced that you really seen the Knicks get into like some bad trouble. I guess you could say.
Mm.
But this next team is battle tested though. Majority of them played last
Yeah.
year, and they
Right.
went up against the Celtics, who we
I'm
all
talking
thought was
about
gonna
this
win.
this this season.
But it's the
I'm not.
same
It's
team.
basically the same team.
The bench players are the only people that are new. They've been battle tested since last year.
Where was Landry Shamet last year?
He just got
You know,
I mean, battle tested.
he
Okay.
just got signed because Malcolm Brogdon backed out.
Oh yeah, you're right. But yeah, like majority of the people who played, other than Landry and Jose, who Jose played like 10 minutes. Like all of these guys were on the roster last year, or have been on the roster for 3+ years, and they've been battle tested together. So I don't know if you have to be battle tested for this playoff run to be successful, because
Keep in
y'all have already done it.
Keep in mind, they played a hurt OKC. They played a Timberwolves with a hurt Ant Edwards and
mm-hmm,
Vincenzo, who tore his Achilles early in the
mm-hmm,
season. So if we want to talk about injuries, we can talk about it. But like, let's both sides now, because the
mm.
Timberwolves shouldn't be a struggle with Ant Edwards hurt, half a knee, and Dante DiVincenzo out, who's an essential role player for that team.
Yeah, and I just think I think both teams just didn't play their best. And I think experience just showed in this one.
Yeah.
There's no reason why Wemby should be dribbling up the floor with 3 minutes left. There's no reason to like get him to the basket, but that's just experience. But yeah,
Like I
I'm
said, I
not scared
think
of this New Year. I'm not saying like I believe in y'all. I'm just saying I'm not scared that New York won't perform. It's just how good will the Spurs be?
Mhm. I think
They
if they're both at their best, I think the Spurs will be the better team. I just like today, a ugly game. The Knicks had the experience. You could see, like I said, the Spurs, they obviously have not been in situations like these. So like, or very often with their young team, not a playoff history much anywhere. I think they said like what Harrison Barnes and De'Aaron Fox were the only ones who played in the game 7 before last series. It was something like that. So, or was it the start? I don't know. It was something about lack of experience in the game 7. So I think that showed tonight. The Knicks played well. They stuck through it, and like not when I say they're not battle tested, I mean I don't think they've ever looked anybody in the face that they can't do nothing with. Right? If Wemby's on fire, there's nothing they can do with him. Right? Like SGA out of the West, and Edwards, just naming guys, Luca, Steph. Like when some of these guys that you see out west, right? That you look at and you like, hey, if he's cooking, we can't really do much about it. Right? Like Donovan Mitchell. I mean, Tyrese Maxey probably had a good game, and then, like I said, CJ McCollum. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not really that guy on the other team that they've had to see that they've had to really like kind of keep in the back of their head. Not
But
to say that Wemby is going to
Wemby is
take over the series. Yeah, I'm
high
about to say not, and not
offensively.
to say that he's going to take over the series offensively. I'm just saying like they haven't had to really worry. Like, if hypothetically, right? This is what I'm saying. Wemby could do something crazy like block a shot off the glass after some crazy recovery, come back down the court and dunk on somebody from the elbow. That's like the type of thing that you like. Dang, what can we do? I don't think they've played anybody that has put them in that position to where they, like, have to, and the same for Brunson. I think Brunson is a great guard, great scorer, and he's gonna put pressure on them. I'm interested to see how his knee is gonna hold up because, I think obviously we know how adrenaline works, we know how injuries work. The best after a knee injury like that, the best time you're gonna be playing probably is today. Now we know the NBA is, best basketball organization in the league. I mean the world. So I'm sure he's gonna have treatment around. He's probably getting treatment right now as we speak. So I hope, and not to say I don't want to. I want a healthy series, both sides. I'm interested to see that because obviously, the thing we've been saying was the Knicks gonna come in healthy. They're rested, all that. But now if Brunson comes back Friday and his knee's not, you know, if he can't give you this ugly 30 that he gave you in a bad, and I'm not dissing. I'm just saying that was an ugly 30. If he can't give you that ugly 30 because of his knee, where does it come from? I guess is what I'm saying.
It could just be other players shooting better. OG could go crazier. Cat could go crazier. Like at least they have like realistic options versus
But
like
do they do that without Brunson being able to create? Like, if
yeah.
we're not having to help off of people, because I think they at the end of the game they send like a double team at Brunson. If they're not having to do that, is OG getting those swing passes? Is he getting, because OG is not the best creator. He creates sometimes, but he's not like really like a
No,
here OG get a ball, get a bucket
he
type of
attacks.
guy.
OG attacks off of the catch.
Yeah, closeouts and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
he's one of those types. OG could do that. And Macau, even though the Knicks won, Macau did not have a good game. He took 6 shots.
Hmm.
So like I wouldn't be surprised if Macau gets like more involved. But I'm not about to bank on Macau. But
Yeah,
Cat could have a better game. Even though I think Cat
I
played
think
like
Cat played
probably
really well.
yeah, he played well, but like offensively, I think he played
Played
well
on
in a
defense.
sense of controlling the game. Yeah,
He
exactly.
was he was uh he was taking Wemby off the dribble,
Yeah, he
right?
Yeah,
was.
A couple
That's
of
not
times.
saying much, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, Wemby look. I ain't never seen Cat make somebody look that slow. I ain't gonna lie, but
Hey, this the
So what y'all
thing.
thinking for game 2 then? Who y'all got? I
Game
know. I
two,
mean,
the
the
Spurs.
Spurs have to win game
They
2.
have to
yeah,
win because I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie. Like I said, you come in at home, you shoot 26% from three and what 36% from the floor
that's
or
bad
34%. That's horrible at home. You
against a
have to come.
Towns anchor defense.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody said at Towns anchor defense, that's a joke, but they couldn't score. They couldn't score. So it's like as a collectively, the Knicks play great team defense, and they have to have an answer for that tomorrow. Castle, you not tomorrow, but on Friday. Castle, you have to hit shots, like no question, because if you keep shooting like that, they just gonna sag off and let you shoot.
Castle, Fox, Vassell, like y'all have to shots,
And
and it's
Wemby,
easy.
yeah.
It's
They
yeah,
combined,
Wemby too,
but there I ain't
Wemby
gonna
too.
lie though. Okay, Wemby didn't play the best game, but when those guys go combined 2 for 15 from three,
yeah,
I mean, it's a collective. I think
But they
But
were
the
shoot, they
but
were
the
they
game
were
was
shooting
begging
well.
for Wemby to take over though. The game
No,
was close. In
but
the
that
second, it
yeah.
was close. The Spurs
just said
won't play. Hey, Wemby go take
That's what
over
I'm
the
saying,
game.
Kay. And in this time, guess when it was time for Wemby to take over, it
He
was
couldn't
somebody
do it.
wearing number 4 that tried to take over at the same time.
but
I
why
think.
couldn't he take over when Champagny was 5 for 6 at halftime
yeah,
when
he
Dylan Harper
Champagne
was
was
going crazy like
I mean, I think he. Now I will say I think that the Spurs and Wemby especially were coasting during in that first part of the
mm,
game. I don't think they.
mm,
I think in the finals, this ain't nothing to play with. Like you got your foot on the net, you keep it there, right? You stomp it, you step on there harder until you hear that last buzzer. And I don't think the Spurs did. I think they were kind of, like I think they might have still been on that high from Game 7. Honestly, I mean, we saw how emotional they were. It's interesting to me to see how they bounce back because we've seen how they were down 3-2 against the Thunder, and or
yeah.
obviously don't gas it up, but a report came out that Wemby after the game, gave a speech. They came out on fire. Then they carried over to the next game, and we saw, like I said, the last video, how they celebrate that team win or whatever. And I just I'm interested to see because I think game 2 will tell. Obviously, if they lose, the odds are probably not close in their favor. But I think game 2 will be a big deciding factor of how this series is gonna show up. Even if the Spurs win, I think if the Knicks can keep it to where, if it looks ugly and the Knicks lose close, I still don't like that for the Spurs. I think the Spurs need to go ahead and win this game. I won't say convincing like a blowout, but it needs to be like a handle. Like, how you get a game where it might be close, but you're like, okay, they got it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think it needs to be something like that. It can't be a teetering game because I think they need like the matter of fact win to, carry them
yeah.
on.
It can't be like the Hawks wins, pretty much.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know, bro. Like, I think, especially with this series, if San Antonio somehow loses this game, this second game, bro, I think this might end in 4 or 5, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Five.
You want to
Going
switch your
back to
pick,
the
Mark?
Gardeners, I'm not switching my pick.
I got an extra hat for you.
Nah, I'm not switching my pick. I think I still got like Spurs in 6. I did say Spurs in 6 or 7. No joke intended. But like that.
Wait. So you said 6 at first, so now you thinking 7?
Bro, before game 1 when we made the video yesterday, I said 6 or 7. You know I said this, Kay. You know I said this.
I think he want to come over to our side.
All right, yeah. Look, Kay.
The only reason you over there is because you don't like Wemby.
Hey. I never said that, bro.
Look, Mark. All I'm saying is we got to think about the team they just lost to. This is a team that's 12-0 right now. This is not a team you want to. Every game they've played, they've gone on some runs that have led them to winning games. This game, I don't know what their run was, but we were down by 14.
Yeah,
we were down by 14. So we went on a run. Obviously,
and Brunson went out. Brunson went out of the game.
And so we were able to still keep up. So, like, my problem is, like, when Brunson went out, like, they should have attacked crazy because our offense should have depleted, honestly.
But the thing is, you probably can't attack because in that time, Alvarado was there. And you know how I don't think he's like this demon defensively, but Alvarado is a good defender. He's a pesky defender.
If we go back to the clips, people laughed when we picked up Alvarado, too.
Nah, I think everybody said that was like a good pickup. I think, and like one thing I will criticize about y'all, and then we can like start to wrap it up. Y'all do have to stop playing like from down. Y'all always have like these comeback wins, and it's like, yeah, that's nice and cool, but y'all gotta, what Justin said, y'all gotta like stomp on people's necks, bro. Y'all can't be playing and then y'all down 14 in the third quarter. It's like, bro,
yeah, and
you can't
that's
do
kind of
that.
what I was saying about they never seen like a guy that's really gonna, put them away. And not to say that they've seen it yet, because obviously they didn't get put away tonight. But you know what I'm saying? Adding to my attire kit, I got me a Texas hat. I don't have obviously no San Antonio hat, but got me a Texas Rangers hat, and I got my walking Wemby. So
you're walking Wemby.
Yeah. So we we shaking back.
Wait, I
like
think his statue just flopped.
Okay, bro.
No, it's not an SGA flag statue.
Hey, are y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Yeah. But yeah, you see I got my Texas Rangers hat, you know what I'm saying? We still Spurs in what I said, 5.
You said 5, yes. So the Spurs have to win 4.
Yeah, you said Spurs in 5.
You're cooked, buddy. You're cooked.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I say that is because I didn't think they'd win game 6 as a closeout. 6 was obviously the safer bet, but I said the Spurs win would have to be in 5 or 7. So I'm not gonna take 6.
Hey, look, we've been saying it, Knicks in 6, baby. You know what I'm saying? They win this championship. Y'all know where I'm going.
Yes, sir.
And I might come with you, bro.
Hey, no, Mark.
All this slander I've been getting off.
I might come with you.
All this slander, all the laughs, the jokes that have been made. You're delusional.
I gotta go have fun, bro. I gotta go have fun. Ain't gonna lie. But before we end, Wemby, we ain't forget about you, bro. We gonna let you slide for game 1, but we ain't forget about you, bro. We for sure ain't forget about you.
Go New York, go.
Okay, bro.
Let's take care of business, baby.
Okay, bro. All right.
We'll see y'all at the game 2. K will be a no-show.
I might have. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I might answer the phone. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I tell my girl, man, I'm on here, bro. I'm on for
at least. Well, is that win or loss? I want to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I ain't trying. I mean, either way, for real, I can hop on for a little bit.
For sure.
All right.
I'm gonna be in a different environment.
All right. I just want to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Special guest in, man.
I want to see some consistency because
yeah.
3 months gone and then come back to a Knicks finals game 1 win is kind of nasty. But
no, wait, look.
We'll see how that goes. But
I'm showing the message I've ripped was nasty, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Former Nets fan, we saw that.
Former Nets fan is crazy.
See now he's wilding. See, he's wilding now. See,
and that was your message. But guess what? We ain't got the message.
It's out the mud. We got virtual huddle.
Explain. We seen it. Virtual huddle. Hey, what they say, Mark? Ready? Great.
Chatting now. I'm chatting.